Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch, welcome back to your daily installment of Bodybuilding Today here on the Bodybuilding News Network. We have quite a few stories for you, so if you're interested, stay tuned, as well as consider subscribing here on BNN and helping me retire my parents in 2024 from the monetization from this YouTube channel. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the first story. Like I said, we have quite a few exciting stories today, so I'm always happy when we have lots of stuff to talk about. It's a slow time of the season, so it's nice to have lots of topics. So we have one of the first full transparent physique updates from Hunter Labrada in 2024. And when you look at the description, and I implore you to, rewatch this video or just pause it and read the description, or at least the bio of the video. I think, what do you call it? A description? The tag? I don't know what it's called, guys. I'm old. But essentially, he's talking about coming off of, this is like the last week of him really doing like a hard push of him not having any kind of like super supplements. And next is going to be a different phase for him. And you can expect him to probably do a late 2024 Olympia qualifier. But looking at him right now, essentially half natural, probably just doing the maintenance dose for his supplementation. I think he looks pretty gosh darn good. Now, moving into Tonio Burton, I feel like we've talked about him a lot, but hey, if Tonio's going to keep posting physique updates and he's going to keep making news, I'm going to keep talking about him. And this is something that he wanted to throw up to you guys, the community, here on BNN. So make sure you guys drop your thoughts down below here. But from left to right, we have A, B, and C as options, as well as you can go to his most recent Instagram post and vote on it yourselves. But essentially, what he's asking for is, what do we like most out of these three different variations of the front double bicep from Tonio Burton? Now, he did confirm in his story, or at least hinted at, him definitely doing the New York Pro. So I'm pretty sure he's locked in at this point to do the 2024 New York Pro and defend his open title. Now, when we look at these three shots, what I thought and what I said in the description of that post was, I like the vacuum shot. I think if Tonio continues to make the improvements in the vacuum that we've seen him make over these last few months, I think that as long as those improvements continue, I think that this is the shot for him. But let me know your thoughts down below. Moving into Stuart Sutherland, a.k.a. Beef Stew 97, what a young fella, sharing some off-season physique updates here. I can't actually read what his weight is. I thought he gave a weight update here, and I know all the trolls are going to hop in the comment section. Oh my God, so unprofessional. But it looks like he's at 285 pounds right now. So when we look at Stuart Sutherland, and I think I even commented, you'll see it if you actually go to the post, I talked about how Stuart Sutherland is going to be, and currently is, one of the most exciting guys that's going to carry the torch for men's open in our generation. I'm 30, maybe you watching right now, you're 25 or 20, or maybe you're older than me, but Stuart Sutherland and a couple other guys, Carlos Thomas Jr., Tonio Burton, even like Hunter Labrada, all these guys, Nick Walker, they're all going to be carrying the torch for men's open in the next probably 10 years, 10, 15 years. These guys are going to be the face of men's open bodybuilding, and I'm just excited for them. Now, Arnold Classic news, we have Emmanuel Hunter, the favorite to win the 2024 Arnold Classic in the men's physique division, the board short division. And I've talked about him a couple times already coming into this prep, and I've been wanting to give men's physique a little bit more of a spotlight here on BNN, as I feel like I don't talk about them as much, and historically I haven't talked about them really at all. But it is a very impressive division, and it is actually one of the first divisions that bodybuilding fans that actually get on stage do. They usually start with men's physique because it is a little bit more obtainable and easier to get into than classic. So I think Emmanuel looks phenomenal right now. 7.5 weeks out from the Arnold Classic. Definitely a favorite to win the show. Now, I don't know if we've talked about Logan Franklin since he joined Redcon1. I know we talked about it when Kai Green left Redcon1, although the last time I talked with Michael Dougherty Fitness, tagged on Instagram, one of our super fans, always tagging us in cool stories. The last time we looked, Kai Green was still on their page. So interesting that he was still part of their elite athlete team. But Logan Franklin looking great. I think this is one of the few physique updates we've seen from him since his Redcon1 signing. He's already qualified for the Olympia. He won that Sean Ray Classic back-to-back the last year and this year. Technically last year and 2 years ago because it is a new year. And Logan looks great. I think he looks really good for being in the offseason. He's typically not somebody who looks this good in the offseason. He usually kind of cruises coming into the Olympia. So maybe we're expecting to see something a little bit different from Logan Franklin in 2024. And last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, consider subscribing if you want to help this channel grow. But the last story here, Jon Dela Rosa, one of the guys we probably have talked about the least getting ready for the Arnold Classic. Actually, Rubiel Mascara, I feel like, hasn't been posting much physique updates. And also, yeah, there's a couple guys that kind of just kind of been dark the last week and a half. So we'll see more physique updates coming up. But Jon Dela Rosa sharing one of the most recent physique updates for any Arnold Classic competitor. 255 pounds, 7 weeks out. Now we're technically about 7.5. So let's pump the brakes on the 7. I know I'm excited. I want to say 7 as well, but 7.5. So to be fair, 7.5. I think Jon looks good. I'm wondering how much more he needs to chip off in order to be in that conversation here. He's been a top 3 competitor last year, and I think he was even top 2. So he's definitely not outside the conversation to be competitive in this lineup. But that's the news, ladies and gentlemen, for today. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Consider subscribing here on Bodybuilding News Network, and that financial kickback from the YouTube monetization helps me retire my parents this year. That's the goal. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing. I'm your host here, Josh Sanch, as always, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you tomorrow.